This is a MARii podcast.
Hello there. Welcome to MARii Mobility World. I'm Azaria Tagaya, your host for this week's podcast. And as usual, this is the show where we talk about technological developments in Malaysia's industries. And today we're talking about smart automation or the smart home system. And to tell us more about how the smart home system can actually improve the quality of life and add convenience, today we have the Director of HSA Technologies, Mr.Er Kok Huang. Hi, Kok Huang. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So my name is Kok Huang. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of the HSA Technologies. And today, thanks for having me here.
It's our pleasure to have you on the show, actually. First things first, Kok Huang, can you tell us more about what HSA Technologies is and what exactly it is that you do?
Okay, so basically, HSA Technologies is a company that provides the smart home services and the solutions to our customer. So right now, we established since 2015 July, and how we actually started is we working together, property developer, and we actually provide the smart home solutions for them and to their consumer.
Okay, so what areas do you actually focus on? Is it just smart homes for consumers, or do you focus on industrial use and commercial use as well?
Yeah, so basically we actually, since over the past 6 to 7 years, we are focusing B2B2C. Means that we focus to property developer, but after that, we also service the end user consumer as well.
I see. What are some of the technologies that you are working on at HSA Technologies in terms of building the smart home system? What does that encompass?
Okay, so basically, when we talk about the technology, so right now we are working in the wireless technology, because as we all know, over the past 10 or 20 years, actually we're using the wired solutions. But now by using the wireless, one of the wireless protocol is called Z-Wave. So Z-Wave is the protocol has been approved and by the CDM and MCMC. So it's 91.4 megahertz, which can provide longer range and also stability to our home automation solutions. But not only that, due to the reasons, the technology of the changes, we also look at the method in the smart home technology as well.
I see. Okay, Kok Huang, let's take a step back for some of our listeners who may be wondering, what exactly are you talking about when you say smart home? So when, let's say, if I come across the term smart home, I think of going into my home and then the light automatically turns on when I set it to turn on, and I can adjust the air conditioning and stuff like that. Is that true? Is that really all there is to smart home technology? What exactly is it?
Yeah, definitely. So I think what's amazing about the smart home is you can do all the automations. This is the first thing. And another thing is you got the convenience. You can actually using the mobile apps to remotely control and monitor your house. Other than what everyone know about the automations, the lighting and the aircon, is just do it automatically. But I think one of the important features nowadays, especially our e-commerce, right? The delivery is crazy, is surging. So we actually can control the auto gate. And you actually can use, when we are in the office, we actually can allow the delivery man to go into our house by just open the auto gate for them to go in to drop the package. And then at the same time, you also can use the mobile apps to view from the cameras. So you can ensure whenever you are inconvenient, only allow them to drop the package. I think this is one of the very important use case during this e-commerce surging kind of the periods.
I see.
Yeah.
So who is this technology for? When you say smart home technology, if people haven't had this technology applied yet, they don't have the smart home technology, why should they go for it?
Yeah, I think in order to have smart home technology, the most important is whether is this gadget solving my daily issue or not. Example, delivery. I think this is one of the most hot topic everyone is prefer, because whenever maybe I'm in the meeting, even I work from home, even I'm meeting, I want to collect the parcel at my convenience, right? So for let's say if today I never have a smart home experience, but just that I want to solve this issue, so immediately I can be the early adapters for this smart home solution. Because smart home actually provide varieties of the services, so include the lighting control and so much on. So I think if you choose either one of that solve your problem, so immediately your house is considered as smart.
I see.
Yeah.
Is it for some people would say that only the tech savvy people will go for smart home technology? Maybe the younger generation, perhaps businessmen because they have more money. Let's per se. In your experience with HSA Technologies, who are your customer base like? Is it true that it's more of the younger generation who go for this?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because why? Because actually we have completed about 3,000 houses, okay, in Malaysia. So what actually we found that most of our customer, they're not really about tech savvy, but the people who want to use technology to solve their daily pain point, or that can help them to automate daily operations. We have one case studies, like one of the senior, when they are living inside the house, when they have automate the lighting every day by turning on itself, turning off itself. So also the senior citizen also can be the smart home user as well, because it is solving their problem. So when we see, it's not necessarily to be a tech savvy or the businessman, but anyone can also enjoy the smart home service, and technology is actually helping to improve the quality of life.
I see. Well, when you imagine a smart home, people would say that this is something from the future, because in the future you can just turn on the light by just moving your fingers and stuff like that. But some would say that the smart home system would actually make people more lazy, because as usual, a lot of technology makes people lazy somewhat, because things like turning on the light is something that you can do by yourself. So when you hear these comments, what do you think about these comments?
Yeah, exactly. So I think most of the time I have this feedback, even from my client, when they want to plan to have a smart home in their house.
Yeah.
But for me is I think recently everyone's getting more busy, actually occupied with a lot of works. All this technology actually is helping us to automate our daily operations, so that we can create something more effective work in our life, instead of we keep on repeating doing the same thing every day in our life. So by doing that, actually we save more times. So I think all this is priceless. And the most important also, you able ready to make your house like listen to you.
Right.
When you want it to do A, he will just follow what you want.
Yeah.
I think this is about the future that we are really looking forward.
Yeah, and about saving, you said just now, is it true to say that smart home technology is actually a more sustainable way of living? Do they help us to save energy?
Yes, definitely. This is where the area we always looking to have some achievement on that. The one of the milestone. The reason being is because, example, aircon, we don't even know, when we go in, we just turn on 16 degrees and full blast the fans. We will just keep the temperature, but we actually never adjust the temperature when we feel too cold, right? Actually, we are wasting more energy in our life. Also, we are creating more carbon, all right? So this is what actually everyone global issue they try to solve. So by actually using the smart technology, it can send you the notifications. Let's say, example, it will notify you the electricity bill actually is exceeded, okay, your target or limit. So it's time to turn off, and I need to change, the hours to turn on the aircon and everything. So I think this is one of the very good example. And I think second example is in the night time when we actually sleep. We turn on the aircon. Usually it's a whole night long, right? So can we do that also? Is like when in the halfway, example 3 a.m., we can actually turn off the aircon and then we turn on the fan. But most of people actually not really know how to use the timer in the aircon remote control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so smart home technology, is it just for homes, or can we use this technology for offices, hotels? You mentioned just now that senior citizens actually benefit more from this technology. So perhaps we could apply this in old age homes. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Because we can take one of the example in Japan. Actually, they're using the motion sensor to detect the activity inside the room, instead of we using the camera to monitor them. Because there's a privacy, no one want people to look what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if we able to create all these solutions, we can actually to target to different group. And not forget about the property management example, like student hostel or the hotel. So let's imagine you can sitting here with one person to control or manage 1,000 rooms in single platform. So what do you think? So you don't need to have the cleaner to check whether the aircon is turned on for every room, but just one button. It can save a lot of times and manpower.
Indeed.
When you manage the properties.
I see.
So this is amazing.
Okay, so we talked a lot about the benefits of having this smart home technology. What about some of the challenges that you have faced, not just in terms of acceptance among consumers, but also from the viewpoint of HSA Technologies? What challenges have you faced so far?
I think it's about how to use the system, right? Because nowadays we have a lot of things to learn, and especially when the technology is coming in. So for our side, we think that after we install the system for our customer, then after they start using, yes, that is the moment we start our services to them. That's the only thing. So actually, one of the things that we're doing is we provide the previously we have a physical event like workshop or the webinar to them. So also I think the most important is about after sales. How actually we let them know how to control, how to change the setting based on what they want. So after sales and how to help our nations to embrace a smart technology and provide the sustainable support to them is very important.
I see. So you say that how to use is actually one of the biggest challenges among consumers. Is it hard to use then?
Actually, for tech savvy or for like teenager, they easily to pick up. But when we want to have something, of course there's something we need to learn the interface, how to control some step we need to follow. We need to spend a little bit time on that.
I see. Okay. Do you see a lot of potential for growth in Malaysia in terms of acceptance among consumers for the smart home system?
This one definitely. Based on what we have received and our planning from our prominent partner, like example property developer, they plan to have a lot of like smart home residential or the smart office building. They build all the infrastructure. And I think their time is going to be ready very soon. So everyone able to enjoy when you purchase a property from the property developer.
What about challenges faced by HSA Technologies throughout all the years that you've been developing the smart home system? Have you faced challenges in terms of getting skilled workers, people who are interested in the smart home system as you are, so that they can also deliver this service to your consumers? What do you think?
Yeah, I think smart home is a combination of hardware and software. So I definitely I will say it's not easy for everyone to actually to develop, and you require a lot of capital to actually to come out the solutions, because there's a lot of integration needed. Yeah. So because smart you cannot do the trading anymore, because we need to take care of the security of our data, our consumer data, all this privacy. We need to take care of that. So actually we need to spend a lot of times and also the resources to actually handle all these challenges. Yeah.
Speaking of security, Kok Huang, some people would have this perception that since the smart home system is embedded in your phone, so it's connected to the internet, so it's easier to be exposed to hackers. So what do you think when people talk about this aspect? Is it really exposed to those risks, or what do you say?
Yeah, definitely. This one,
I guess it's unavoidable.
Unavoidable because it's Internet of Things. That's the reason we have like AWS. Actually we're using Amazon Web Service, so that they provide the highest security for all the data privacy. So when we choose the smart home platform system, we might want to ensure one thing, that no people can control our house. other than ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't want people to control your house, right? Yeah.
So, what would be your advice to consumers who are scared about the security aspect? What should they do when they have the smart home system, but they want to make sure that security is at the best level? Do you do the same things that you do with your handphone and your email and stuff like that, like change your password? Is that something that you do?
Yep. So definitely you must to have some combination of the passwords, and you need to change the password quite frequently. But other than that, I think the company also hold the very big responsibilities to protect your data, to avoid any data leakage. Before you make for consumer or any purchaser they want to use smart home system or platform, you must choose carefully, ensure there is the protection for all the data and all your devices.
I see. Another concern that I think consumers will have is that when you say smart home system and these things turn on by themselves, it is going to be costly and expensive. So is that true? Is smart home system still considered a luxury product, or will it be? Can it be applied to like affordable housing and just the everyday consumer like you and me?
Yeah. So I think everyone should look at the investment of the smart home products. So if example, it can help you to save the energy over the 1 or 2 years times. Actually, you already get back all the ROI. So after that, all what you get is like remotely monitoring. All this I think is priceless due to the technology advancements. So we also work with manufacturers. We believe that due to the large demand and also all the component will be coming up, we believe the cost will be getting lower and everyone able to enjoy the smart home in the near future.
Indeed. Well, let's say I want to install the smart home system in my home. How long will it take to install the whole system overall?
Oh, I think this is amazing questions. Actually, we have set our standard example. Just a simple. You have a smart lock access. You have a simple lighting control, aircon. You can easily complete within 4 hours.
I see. As fast as that.
Yes, definitely.
And then how long for the consumer to get used to using the interface? Because you mentioned just now that that is somewhat of a challenge. So how do you find the consumers who are using your technology? How fast do they get used to it?
Actually, it's quite depend, but we found that within usually there's a lot of questions during the first month. Then after that, actually they already get used to it, or they already preset what they want. And of course, anytime.
So you can do that as well. You can preset.
Preset everything. Then after that, they get used to it. They just do that.
I see. Okay. So besides the smart home system, what other technologies or products and services are you working on at HSA Technologies?
Yeah, I think before that we have been focusing a lot of the smart home individual unit, but actually starting from this year, our next 2 years plan, actually we are creating a smart community. So meaning said that not only about the control the lighting inside your house, but we also creating like example building access control system, and then we have a e-commerce. That's why I mentioned e-commerce delivery management system, and then we also have a smart home marketplace. Because we are creating the ecosystem. After we install the smart home devices, everything in your house, you just purchase a basic. But after that, you will need to upgrade based on your needs. So that's the thing. So actually, we are creating a smart home ecosystem for our nations.
I see. If we were to compare the smart automation and smart home system in Malaysia, what makes HSA Technologies different and unique than the other companies in Malaysia at the moment?
Yeah, I think one of the very important is we actually service B2B2C. So we don't leave it after we install the system for you. But we provide the continuous support to our customer. We provide free consultations and the free troubleshooting and lifetime online support to our end user or consumers. And then the most importantly, I think we are the only like providing our in-house R&D. So that a lot of time we can customize, for our example, for our property developer customer. Yeah, so I think this is more importantly, and we can create a solution based on their need.
If someone is open to the smart home system idea, but somewhat reluctant to adapt to it, so is there a way for someone to start small, maybe just start with a small part of their home before expanding? What would your advice be for these consumers?
Yeah, this is true. I think what you have mentioned is true. You start something that you need first, and then you can upgrade over the time. And this is so important because we want to make sure this is something that we like and is convenient and useful for us. So one of the good things, because nowadays it's wireless, you can save a lot of cost when you want to try on it. So, and then you can actually, because smart home system is going to attach to your building or home for 5 to 10 years, right? So you have a system, you can upgrade over the times. So you don't need to worry, I must spend a chunk of money, to purchase a whole set of the smart system. No, you can just start small and then you can scale later.
Yeah. What is the most popular among consumers? You mentioned just now people like to control their gate for the delivery person. What are the aspects? Is it in the kitchen or the lights or the air conditioning or the electricity?
Yeah, actually, I think I got the data. I think our best-selling product is lighting control, aircon, smart locks, and recently it's auto gate.
Smart locks.
Yeah, smart locks.
How do the smart locks work? You can control the locks?
Yes, from us, you can control the smart lock, unlock. You can create the passwords.
I see.
For anyone. Like example, temporary password for your cleaner has to go into your house to do the cleaning, and then it just expired in 2 hours times.
I see.
And yeah.
Okay, that's interesting, Kok Huang. What are you working on for the future for HSA Technologies? Because now you've been in this industry for so many years. You've been delivering this service to so many consumers. Are you going to expand or perhaps go into other technologies in the future? What's in the works for HSA?
I think one of our mission actually is to help the nation to embrace the smart home technology and then to provide sustainable ecosystem support. So the near future, we are focusing on the smart community. So other than the smart home, so we also provide a lot of the features to manage your common area, your student hostel as well. So this is what actually we are looking forward to create a sustainable smart community in the near future.
I see.
Yeah.
So for those who want to know more about your smart home system and also about HSA Technologies, how can they find out more and how can they inquire about the smart home system that you offer?
Yeah, so I think we also quite active in the Facebook, Instagram, all these things. Anyone, if you're really interested, you can just go to our website, www.hsa.com.my. Okay, you can all get all the information there. Even, our friendly consultant, they actually will attend to you immediately.
Indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kok Huang, for joining us today on the podcast. It's been an interesting conversation so far. And I know for one that I am more interested to know about the smart home technology after talking to you today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here, Oscar.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. Well, that was Kok Huang, the Director of HSA Technologies, talking about smart automation or the smart home system, perhaps something that you will be able to consider for the future in your home or business. That's it for today's episode of MARii Mobility World. As usual, if you miss any part of today's podcast, you can listen again on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any other channel where you listen to podcasts. Just search for the plugin with MARii. I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of MARii Mobility World.
This is a MARii podcast.